Okay, for this GMAT question, it says which of the following is the largest number? The key idea here is to understand that on the GMAT, they don't expect you to actually multiply all these numbers out to see which one is the largest number. They're looking for a way in which you can systematically compare the different answers you have. But there's some things we could do early on in this question to eliminate some options that should not even qualify. So if we look at the answer choices, if you look at A and B, for example, you could see quickly that B is greater than A because, I mean, you have 4 to the 17 and this is 4 to the 16 while this is 50 and this is 100. So you can already tell that A cannot be an option. And a very good idea here is just to actually physically strike that out. At this point, you're now comparing really B to the rest of the stuff. As you can see, it looks like the answers are kind of getting bigger as you go on. But another thing you want to recognize really quickly here is it seems like they're using 4 to the power something really all through the rest of the answer choices. So at this point, you kind of want to pick almost like a 4 to the power something that can be sort of like your middle. Also, you could see very as well that C is going to be greater than B. Just looking at the numbers, this is 4 to the 18, that is 4 to the 17, that's 100, this is 2500. So I could probably take my B out as well. So really we're left with C, D, and E. At this point, you could recognize that, you know what, it seems like if we go with 4 to the 18, we can compare everything with 4 to the 18s, and this is what I mean. So what should I do here? I could say that this C is essentially 2500 and times of 4 to the 18, okay? But if you look at the D is 2500, I'm sorry, 250 with a 4 and a 4 to the 18, okay? So this is giving us a way to compare everything to 4 to the 18. And for the E, this is C, D, and E. For the E, we could look at that as 100 times a 4 times a 4 times a 4 to the 18. And the reason I did that is because I want to compare everything in terms of 4 to the 18. This 4 to the 20 says there are 24s, so I take 2 of them out to have just 4 to the 18 left. So really at this point, we could try to clean this up some more and have something that looks more like this. So if you look at that C, we still have 2500 as 4 to the 18. And then for the D, we need to now look at these two together. So really it's 4 times 25, 250 is 1000. So we have 1000 4 to the 18s pretty much. And then for the E here, we could say this, 4 and 4 is 16 times 100. That's a 1600 4 to the 18s. So really, if you look at that now, it's really easy to then could tell easily that the largest is going to be C because C has 2500 4 to the 18s, while this has only 1000 4 to the 18s, and this has 1600 4 to the 18s. So the idea here is eliminate anything you can early on, and then just find a way to compare the rest of them by keeping one thing constant, and that constant here is the 4 to the 18. And the reason I pick 4 to the 18 here is it's kind of like the smallest thing that you could pull everything else out of. So 4 to the 18 is small, and I know I can pull a 4 to the 18 out of 4 to the 19 and a 4 to the 18 out of 4 to the 20, and then that way you're able to keep everything in 4 to the 18s and then just look at how many of them you have. So you could tell that we have the largest one here. We have 2500 4 to the 18s compared to the rest of them, and that's the answer to this question.